So as soon as I heard the information, I was playing this game today. I'm done with this game. Done that. Insane mode was crazy fun and difficult. But this was my first kart racers game that I ever played for Nickelodeon, at least. Because I played other games, Mario Kart and Crash Team Racing and many other racing games. I had so much fun with this game. All the characters are unlocked. I got everything done. And I'm going to just bring up the roster, because this is what this video is going to contain. It doesn't matter, I'm not going to play anything. I like all the tracks. They got nice music. Kart Racers 3. But I'm excited for this. I'm excited to see what they do with this game, the next game. And I wanted to come out with my own video and share an idea. Let's pick something. I love Glove Universe. Pick some. One of my favorite stages in the game, Reptar Ruins, with the music. It's amazing. But take a look at the characters in the game. As you can see, you got the Ninja Turtles, SpongeBob Reps, Ninja Turtles Loud House, Rugrats, Hey Arnold, JoJo. I never knew who JoJo Siwa was until I started playing this game. I didn't know who this was. You got Rocco's World, Rocco's Running Life. You got Invader Zim. Love watching that show. Ren and Stimpy, Old School Days, Avatar: The Last Airbender, and then Korra, Legend of Korra, and then Danny Phantom. He's gotta catch them all. He's gonna catch them all, cause he's Danny Phantom. And then you got Cat Dog, another original show. But look at there's no more other characters, and that's why I'm gonna come into this video and be able to talk about these characters. And just a little bit I want to just share. I'm just gonna give you guys the link, so I don't want to spoil too much about it. But you got 40 characters, they said, 90 crew members, 36 different tracks, online multiplayer, and more. But even the ability to transform your vehicle and stuff like that for the carts. So I'm excited for that. But I'll give you guys the link if you guys want to look into it. And apparently it's coming out later this year. Hopefully, fingers crossed, no delays, because anything can happen. But I'm going to bring up my list, and I'll drop y'all the link if y'all want to look into it for the other information that got revealed for today. There's no trailer. I can't wait to see this trailer to see what they can do, what they're going to do for this game. And just a prediction, I think this game, the game trailer, we're going to be able to see sometime in August. Why am I saying that? It's because the THQ showcase that's going to consist of the SpongeBob Cosmic Shake, which is the new SpongeBob game. I'm excited to play that game. Hopefully that comes out this year too, instead of next year. That's going to be showcased at the THQ reveal in August, sometime in August. That's going to be the perfect stage to reveal Nickelodeon Kart Racers 3. So you guys can see all the characters in the game and just all the different reps. They have so many missing characters that's in this game. I have not even played the first one. I almost wanted to get the first game, but most people said it's trash. It's not that good. It's not worth it. The character roster is lacking, and there's not much to do in the game. I might still get it anyway just to play it since I completed this game, but just to get excited for the new game that's coming out for Kart Racers 3. But I put together my own wish list, a little bit of a wish list. I didn't want to put too many characters because there's hundreds and hundreds of characters that can get into this game. Is this game going to have DLC? Because this game did not have downloadable content and newer characters that you could buy, updates where new characters would drop. These were just all characters that were unlockable that you would earn from playing the game, and the challenges and so much more. So just to start naming some characters, I really hope they get some of these characters, even if they're not part of the base roster. I want them to at least be a part of the DLC, so players will be able to purchase some of these characters and be able to buy them, and you get their track, maybe an all-in-one purchase. You get the character, you get their card, of course, maybe a skin, a purchasable skin to go with that particular character, and then the track that's going to appeal to that character's show or reference a particular episode or just their world in general. Because see how they have all these different stages. You got Glove Universe, Reptar Ruins. You see you got 2 different reps, but there's more than one. You got Toy Palace Speedway. You see what I'm saying? You got a Reptar Ruins, that's already Reptar, or basically Rugrats. Then you got Toy Palace. You see Cynthia right there in the corner on the bottom right. That's Angelica's favorite toy that she tells everything to. So you got all these different tracks. They can have more than one track to represent each individual show. So I want to see like Chalk Zone and all that. I'm going to get into that. But I'm going to start naming some characters. Let's bring back the roster. Because they're missing so many. There's so much they can do with this game, and I'm really excited. So let's start naming some characters that I want. And my list is going to be in the description of the video today or tonight when you guys want to check it out. Timmy Turner, he needs to be in this game. He in other games. He in games from the PS2. Why is he not on a PS4 game? In this day and age, in this new gaming generation, he's not even in this game. And then on top of that, the next game that we're getting later this year, hopefully, is going to have voice acting. So we'll be able to hear these characters talk. See how it says in a dialogue, "This is Patrick." You'll be able to hear them say some of these things in those characters. Hopefully they don't scrap any character that's in this game, add on to it. Take every character in this, transfer it onto the Kart Racers 3, and then you come out with other characters that are not represented in the game. And then, even if they're, just like I said, these characters don't make it into the base roster, they can be purchasable DLC, paid DLC, or be able to be secret characters that the player can unlock doing different challenges. They have their own item shop, something like that, buy the character, and then you get the new track and check out the update. Or those characters can come out and it consists of updates, like Timmy Turner, for example. So he's one of my top favorites. I'm going Rudy Tabootie from Chalk Zone. I got a couple characters, even some villains. Hugh Neutron could be in this. Tigre, Hugh Neutron for the memes. He deserves to be in this game. It'll be super fun. Have his own special pie or duck that you can be able to get out of the item box. It'll be really fun. Tigre, Tuff Puppy, Kitty Catswell from Tuff Puppy from the series. Snap, who is Rudy Tabootie's creation that he created from the chalk himself, because he's got the chalk. Mr. Crocker, get some villains in this game. Spectra, Ember from Danny Phantom, Jeannie Wakeman, because she's not in this game. She in Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. It's like, it's surprising to see some of these characters that's not in this game, and this is supposed to be the second game. And you see, Gerald's not even on in certain games. Arnold's missing in All-Star Brawl. It's just so many missing characters. Let's keep it going here. We got Doug. I put Doug in my list, but he's owned by Disney now. But the reason why I put him in the list, because I grew up watching the show. Doug was originally part of Nickelodeon, so maybe they'll probably even have a chance to get access for those characters like Doug. But I don't think he's probably going to be able to make it into the game. Kenan Kel, all these old school shows that I watched from the 90s, like all that, the Amanda show, I put Kenan Kel on my list. So let's get a Rocket Power rep. Anybody remember Rocket Power? It's so much more they can add. Otis, Catscratch, real monsters. Oblina can be in it. They can get Crumb. They can get Icus, Garfield. See what I'm saying? They got so many characters that they can get in here. The Wild Thornberries. You don't even have a Wild Thornberries rep in this roster. So how about Eliza Thornberry? Or maybe Nigel can be in the game too. Get them both in here. Vexus, who's an iconic villain from Jeannie Wakeman's world, or basically My Life as a Teenage Robot. Tak in the Power of Juju. So he can have his own little jungle sort of world from the show. So that can be a good little rep. Ronnie Anne. And then I went as far as playing the Power Rangers. Let's get a Power Ranger in the game. And then when you select them on the screen, let's see, just for example, let's say Leonardo. It's morphin' time. Because they're going to have voice lines or voice acting. It's morphin' time. Not from the Mighty Morphin, because that's not on Nickelodeon. They can just get one of the Power Rangers that aired on the show. Was it Dino Thunder and some other Nickelodeon Power Ranger shows? But Mighty Morphin Power Rangers is one of my favorites. Gumby, I didn't know he was part of Nickelodeon, but he's another iconic character that I liked. I grew up watching Gumby. And then Nick Jr., I put him in my list. Dora the Explorer, Bob the Builder, and Blue from Blue's Clues. They could get in Swiper the Fox and he can have like specials where you start stealing some of your items. Swiper, no swiping. But I put just three to four different Nick Jr. characters. Dora the Explorer, Bob the Builder, Blue from Blue's Clues, Oswald, and then just kicking it back to some of the villains. DoodleBob can be in this game. He's going to be super funny to just really play as. Manray, I'm surprised they don't have a SpongeBob villain as a playable racer. But he's part of some of these characters for the Chiefs. Bring it over here. They should be playable characters. Plankton is just a cheat. Mr. Krabs is right here for SpongeBob World, but they could be playable racers. So I'm curious to see, are some of these characters that are current chiefs in this game going to stay a chief, or they're going to move up and upgrade them to playable racers? See what I'm getting at? Are these characters that you see? April, Karai, she could be a playable character. Susie, you got Feeling Lil, but they're chiefs. They're chiefs that with special abilities. Invader Zim, stuff like that. Hey Arnold, for Phoebe, that's associated with Gerald. It's so many characters. Are these characters going to stay chiefs, or are they going to upgrade to playable drivers? Crew engineers, same thing could be said. Harold can be a character. And some people really like the Laos. I haven't seen much of the show. Lori, Lola and Lena, Luann, Luna, Lenny, and Lily. Some of these characters can be playable racers. But that's what I'm just curious. Are these characters going to stay crew engineers, or are they going to move them up to playable drivers? And then the crew mechanic, same thing could be said. What's going to happen to some of these characters? Dr. Stockman. This is so many other ones. And then those are just the car parts or cart parts. But I can't wait to see how all the transformations and the things that you can do with the new features get implemented. What you can really do to, deck out your cart. Maybe you can buy some custom parts and maybe get some new skins on the shop. They can do stuff like that. But it'll come off pay to win. So hopefully it'll just be something just for skin purposes, and not just, get this new exhaust pipe and you're just gonna go super fast, and you're just gonna be able to have insane drifting, to have smoother drifting experiences. That's gonna be pay to win. So hopefully they don't make it like that, where a character is gonna be so much faster than the other. You have to buy the character. See, it's so many questions, and if it's gonna be crossplay, cause see how these individual playable characters have different stats. We don't know what's gonna happen, because some of these turtles are faster. Michelangelo got a better turbo. Raphael's the fastest of all four of them. Steering, that's Donatello. So Leonardo seems balanced. He has a little bit more. Donatello is the drifter. He has more a better drift stat. See what I'm getting at? So hopefully they don't make it like that. But just continuing the list, it's just so many things. And then I don't know if this is a reach, but I put him in there anyway. Can't get him in Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. How about Goku and Kart Racers 3? So he could be a playable character. See how they had Link in Mario Kart? Who thought that was gonna happen? The Legend of Zelda and Link being a playable character in Mario Kart. Imagine that. So maybe Goku can probably get in for Nickelodeon Kart Racers, because Dragon Ball Z Kai was part of Nickelodeon, but gotta get those rights. So it's gonna probably be really tough to get him. And I put Plankton in here. He's a chi. Slow down nearby carts. Pretty good ability, but he can be with Karen as a duo. One of many duo racers that can be playable. And not just playing Plankton with Karen, they can come out with the Angry Beavers being a duo as well. And then just to wrap up, I put in the Greasers. There they are. I put in the Greasers. See, they're always together, but they can be separate characters. See how they split up Ren and Stimpy? Ren and Stimpy are separate playable characters. He's surrounded by idiots, and he'll teach you to be happy. See, they got different stats and they split them up. But when you think about Ren and Stimpy, you would think that they would be together. Maybe they'll mix it up and put them together as a duo character instead of having them separate on the roster. See what I'm saying? So it's so many things that I want to see for this game, this new one. I really enjoyed this one. This was my first Nickelodeon Kart Racers game. I'm glad I bought it. I had fun playing it and doing all the challenges. And there's no one playing this game online, so I'm really all out of things to do in this game, and all the trophies are done and completed. It's nothing to do on the PlayStation because no one's really playing this game as much online. But maybe some people might be interested in playing the game just to get excited for the new Nickelodeon Kart Racers 3. I really love the challenges, just to share. I loved all these, and they were unlockable characters. You couldn't get Danny Phantom unless you completed enough challenges, and they had boss racing, the boss battle. I want to see more boss battles. I hope they bring that back. Please don't take that out. Maybe, and just last but not least, a story mode. Almost similar to how Crash Team Racing, you got a story mode, you go a couple tracks, and then you go against a boss of that particular area. They can do it. They can do like Nickelodeon villains. See how you got Shredder at the end? You get Shredder, Mr. Crocker can be a boss, and see how they did this? They can make this much bigger. You only got 6 different slots. You got 6 different slots, and it's as if it could be more. You stopped all the way up. You only went as far as this. You can expand. Mr. Crocker could be up there. You see, you can keep Shredder, Mr. Crocker, Spectra, and they can mix up other villains. Angelica, but she was already a playable character that you unlock later as you play. But just different villains and different heroes, protagonists and antagonists, characters that could be in the mix up. This can be so much better and extended. But I liked how this game had so much more to offer, so that's why I was just looking into it. They got the time trials. It was fun. It's just playing through it. They can extend more. Let me see. How many cups do they have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's a good amount. But they can come out with different ones. And they can do a mirror. They didn't do a mirror mode. See how CTR did that. You can play the tracks on mirror mode. So that can be a separate game mode. Hopefully they get that crossplay. Hopefully we can. Arena was fine. The arena in this game was glitchy though. Just to talk about it real quick. Some of the, even on the expert difficulty, just getting that trophy, it's easy because some of the AI will get stuck and they'll just stay in one spot and they'll just be moving super slow, and you can just target them to really have a chance. It's not like you really have to win. You just have to play the arena mode. And it only goes 2 stages: Kids Choice Awards Arena and then Double Dare Studio. See how they can extend the modes, control the golden spatula. So it didn't really matter what you played. It makes it a little bit easier because some of the AI needs to be adjusted. It was a little buggy, but those are just some things I want to see. Crossplay, a story mode, maybe some more challenges, more implementation, more characters implemented. Keep the characters that you have and extend it and extend the roster. Hopefully add in some DLC. I'm happy with the voice acting. Can't wait to see how the characters sound. And then maybe they'll bring the trailer out at some point. But they have so many things that they can do to make this game so much better. And I don't know. Maybe I'll give the first one a try. But I probably will leave it alone. But let me know what characters you guys want to see, what y'all looking for the Kart Racers 3. I have fun with this game. Everything's done. It just sucks that it's just not active online. So I just hope that they consider some of these characters and they don't scrap any. Bring all the characters that they can, and even if they don't make the base roster, let's get some DLC so it has continuous content, continuous updates, and consistent communication, so that way we know what's going to be coming up next, and maybe they can have different special Grand Prix that can be playable with a higher difficulty, almost similar to how Insane Mode was. That was tough, but they can bring so much more to the game.